Hello, loves. I hope you had a beautiful equinox and Libra new moon. Your integration has been going smoothly. That you are ready for the new that's coming in as we enter this day after the new moon and these lunar cycle oracle card transmissions that are coming through today. This particular transmission is yours if you were hearing the call of this hand-mined Arizona amethyst. Deep red iron ore. This stone often feels to me like the unification embodiment. It also has a real violet flame mountain quality to it, doesn't it? Helping you bring higher seeming light down into the densest regions. Bringing your true light to your root and to the root of all. For this lunar cycle, we have kind of 4 decks that we're going to be working with. We have the Buddha Wisdom Shakti Power deck, which will be our anchor card. We'll receive some messages from the secret language of light. And then in the equinox oracle card transmission, I shared very briefly that there's a new expansion pack for the Spacious Tarot. And we're going to be using that. We'll be using the Spacious Tarot and then this expansion pack, which is cards of elements and energies and zodiac signs. And how that will be used is unique to this reading, and we will just have to wait and see until we get there. I'm really feeling Kali and Algol right now as I'm shuffling this. There's something about a truth that you're being asked to see, about your true nature, your true path. This is Shakti Power. Wouldn't that be funny if Kali came out? I don't think she will. But you never know. You never know. It's definitely in this deck. Sorry about that. Grab that card. Let's see what it is. It's Medicine Buddha. This is not your card, but it feels like it wants to stay here. I'm going to grab this here. And let it sit here with us. Let's see if we can do it that way. Card number 23, Lapis Lazuli, Medicine Buddha. Sometimes it is good to seek help from others, this card says. Let's see how that comes into play over the course of this reading. There is something really fun about feeling Kali and getting Medicine Buddha, isn't there? Interestingly, I switched the crystals that I carry with me each day this morning. And one of the new stones that I brought into my pouch is lapis lazuli. Excuse me. I'm going to do it a little bit different because it doesn't want to stand up that way. We're going to use this. It's a little taller. Lapis Lazuli Healer King. What does medicine mean to you? That might be an interesting place to bring this in. Have a little heart ponder upon that while I finish shuffling. Interesting too, isn't it, that we have all this blue and red, and we're working with this hand-mined red cord amethyst stone. As we bring the unification of the blue and the red together, we get the purple. There's almost a sense of deeper where the oxygen hasn't hit yet. Inside this stone, it's blue. All right. Kubera, patron of the arts, creator of abundance. Be a creator of abundance. Oh, that's beautiful. This feels like the truth that I was sensing Kali wanted to bring in. This reminder that you are the medicine, you are the creator, you have an abundant nature innately. You are abundant. You are abundance. I'm going to go closer look at this card. Again, we have so much blue and red. We have the pink here on the out rim of these clouds, connecting in with that pink ray energy. There's also a lot of orange here. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra, which is our center of creation. How have you been connecting with your creative potential recently? Have you been feeling love towards your sacral center? Or have you been feeling disempowered, distanced from your power of creation? Can you find a way to create something, anything at all in the world, to help you connect in with that once again? Can you take joy in every single thing that you create in the world, and connect in with the fact that each breath you take and exhale you make is also a creation? Every beat of your heart, sometimes we forget that we are literally creating in every moment, whether you're awake or asleep, aware of it or not. Every step you take, every move you make is an act of creation. Every thought you have, consciously or unconsciously, is an act of creation. Can you create abundance? Can you create from love? Can you connect in with the fact that you are creation? You're walking, talking, breathing, singing, laughing, crying, eating, shedding, creation. Almost there. Oh, one more. There it is. Sensitivity. Look at that. There is a sense of, as you are more consciously aware of your creative ability, your sensitivity to that which you create is heightened. And you're asked to create more and more and more and more from a place of love. Meditation. This feels powerful. Can you explore the ways in which every moment, everything that you do in your life can be a sort of meditation? Can you connect in with your medicine? Allow your sensitivity to connect you to the all. You can see the flower of life behind here, behind the gold light and the rose. I'm called to speak a little bit of the sunset ceremony from the equinox here, because what we were creating in that time during the equinox was a medicine, a healing balm for all of the planet, for all of the beings here. It was indeed a deep, profound heart meditation. I'm going to look at this card as I tell you this story. During the meditation, the ceremony, there was an unlocking of a door within the heart chamber of each of us. There are many doors in our hearts. There's the first chamber and second chamber, sure, and there's the third chamber. There's many more, so many more. There is a way in which we opened these doors. First, we found ourselves at the door itself. And as we approached this door, light began to shine from behind it, seemingly behind it, through the crack around the frame of the door. The witnessing of this light was the key that allowed that door to open and allowed each one of us to journey into the next room, the next chamber of our heart space, whatever that chamber happened to be for us uniquely. From there, a new level, layer, dimensional connection to love, to our unique love light, was birthed. A deeper sensitivity to that which is not love was birthed. And as you feel into what it means that a deeper level of sensitivity to that which is not love was birthed, can you also feel how you are now able to see a deeper truth of how much you create your world? There may be more pain and grief. There may be more pain and grief because of this deep sensitivity to anything that is not love. And here comes another truth. Can you allow yourself to connect to the love hidden within that which appears to not be love? The protests in Iran have been coming in as I was saying these words. I don't usually talk a lot about world events in these readings. They come in every once in a while. But in this particular transmission, at this particular moment, we are being asked to look at something that might be hard to see. The beautiful soul who defied societal norms, broke morality codes, and gave her life for that. That was love. all the people, women and men, all the beings rising up in Iran and all over this planet in support of that love. That is also love. Those beings who hurt her, who were so afraid of her creative ability, of her power, of her empowerment, that they took her life. That fear within them, that is also love. It is distorted, perhaps. It is hurt and wounded. But their act is allowing something that was a long time coming in Iran to be here now. Would it be wonderful if we didn't have to experience the loss of this beautiful soul's life, her embodied presence, in order to bring forth this change? Abso-fucking-lutely. But can we, instead of getting lost in anger towards the people who were misguided and disempowered themselves to an extent that they were so afraid of her innate power that they took her embodied existence away from this planet? Can we look at them with gratitude and say, thank you for giving us the reminder that we need to stop this actions, that we need to help empower, help rise up all beings. I'm also brought to mind with the meditation card that perhaps if you are feeling a deep sensitivity to this event or any event that's happening in the world, a medicine that you can have within your being that will ripple out to the entirety of all is a meditation of love and compassion, of creating a field of love and compassion around you from within you and touching every single thing that you touch. And through that, you are having an impact on these events. If you're called to something more physical, beautiful, something more Taurus, more material world, beautiful. But know that the true medicine that you are able to provide in every single moment is this divine love light and meditating it into the world, allowing your love light to rise up from within you and expand out and shower down upon all. Isn't that a beautiful medicine? Isn't that a beautiful medicine? Maybe you will also feel called to create a piece of art, a music, create food, music, a dance, And that's beautiful too. This is something that you can do wherever you are, whenever you are, in all moments. You can create a cascading, rippling, divine love that will actually hit the heart point in every being, even if they aren't aware of it. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? You know what? We're going to do that right now. I'm going to ask you to close your eyes if it feels all right. Allow yourself to move with your breath down into your heart center. To connect in with light, whichever color emerges for you. Perhaps it's more than one. As you connect in with this beautiful light within your heart center, maybe allow yourself to connect in also with a circumstance or a situation, a conflict, something, in this case, something that appears outside of yourself. A collective something. Could be the war in Ukraine, or the protests in Iran. Could be the unhoused, the generally left behind, the hungry. Maybe even the spiritually hungry, unnourished, undernourished. The human trafficked, the environment. Maybe it's the low frequency seeming timelines in general. Some area of collective density. And as you allow your feelers, your sensitivities to open to this energy, to this field, to this circumstance, allow your heart to break open with so much love that it's like a tidal wave of light, of love, surrounding and engulfing this entire energetic field. And if there's tears you need to cry, let them flow into this tidal wave too. Remember that they are love. Let this love be compassion for all the beings in this density, experiencing this density. As you are the lightness, moving through, allowing this lightness to filter through into all of these densities. And allow it to crack you open ever further as more light pours out. Can you feel that you are the medicine for a loud world? You are the medicine. You are light that creates light. And you can hold your light. And as you share your light in this dense area, more light pours into you, love and gratitude from all dimensions, fortifying your medicine, that you may share more light. Your love blossoms like the flowers, connects in with all the other opening blossoms, creating a daisy chain around this entire planet of light and love and joyfulness. Allowing yourself to stabilize your light and your love. Allowing it to come back into your being. You can kind of see or feel this radiant golden pink light, like a bubble. The Good Witch and the Wizard of Oz, surrounding your whole body as you float back into your heart center. And this beautiful rose gold light stays with you now for the rest of this day, into your sleep. You can connect into it whenever you feel guided. If you feel lost or afraid, perhaps you could look at your skin, at your arm, and turn it just right and see this thin layer of rose gold light right above your dermis, connected in to your skin, holding you with gratitude and love as you hold the world and yourself also in this love and gratitude. And as you bring yourself back into your body and your room, wherever you happen to be sitting or laying down right now, you can take a couple deep breaths and know that you are safe and held and loved. And when you're ready, you can start to open your eyes. We'll begin the reading again. That meditation itself could be beautiful to work with. There's a sense, though, of allowing yourself, rather than listening to it as the guided meditation every time, finding that place within yourself to extend this love light out whenever you feel called, whenever there's a circumstance or a situation and your sensitivity. Listen to your heart. It will tell you when it's time to go be the lightness in a dense space. For me, this happens in the physical world a lot. I find myself called to walk through the streets of the city where I live to places that are particularly dense. And from my heart center, walk in an expanded love light way through those places. To remember that it is not about, in that moment, necessarily picking up the litter or giving somebody money. It is more about allowing the light within me to be shared with the light within them. Whatever that may be, whatever that dense place may be, there is a way in which many of us who are called to the blue flame have as part of our unique template the mission of being lightness in dense space. In those places that are heavier, to go to them and to be the lightness in them. Can you feel Gandhi or Mother Teresa in that statement? Can you feel every single person who goes into a war zone with the simple mission of being a light, being a person who sits amongst the refugees, the wounded, and listens to them. That person's not there to distribute food or water or clothes. That person is there to sit and be with those people. Are there ways that you feel called, perhaps, to do that? And sometimes it's not even a matter of physically going anywhere. Many times it is not a matter of physically going anywhere. Remember, the way that this sensitivity is opening up in you now helps you connect in to every single being. And so, you can do this without leaving your living room. Hell, you can do it while you're watching TV. I often transmute, I alchemize while watching a TV program. Some sort of wounding or trauma that has been experienced in our collective consciousness. Let yourself get creative as to how this meditation works with you and how you are called to be this medicine. It is unique. It is your template. It is what you are called to do. Just feeling what the tarot and expansion deck wants us to do here. Feeling 3 tarot cards. 3 tarot cards, and we'll see what comes with the expansion deck when it's ready for us. bridge here when we're ready to go. Oh, the Empress. Beautiful. All those flowers again. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles. The honeybee. Can you feel the infinite metamorphosis of your unique physical being and how that affects all of Gaia? Oh, and the Eight of Swords. Talk about being a lightness surrounded by density. What do you think that light is going to do to those binds? What happens to the swords on either side? You remember also that swords are related to air, which is your mental body. We feel how this sword is transmitting and creating through thought a sense of lightness, which will then seed out, perhaps melt the snow, which will loosen the bind that will free everyone. I was also feeling really called to show this card a little bit more, to show the roses laying here at the bottom of the lotus. We have the green of Gaia, and here we have the rose, the unconditional love, and sitting upon this blue flame lotus is the medicine. This medicine Buddha is also you. As we went through this reading so far, there has been a lot of focus on being the help to others, and perhaps why we're being called to bring the medicine Buddha up front again is because sometimes it is good to seek help from others, for self as well. So with this mission of being the lightness amongst density, amongst heaviness, it can be really hard, it can be draining, it can be painful. And therefore it is so important when you feel like you are having a hard time accessing your personal medicine, your unique medicine, to ask for help. To raise your hand and say, please, I need an infusion of compassion. I need to be seen. I need to be heard. We too are walking this embodied existence, and we too experience all that entails. This could be seeking help from a friend or loved one within the Blue Flame Members Portal or some other group that you're part of. This could be calling upon the angels, your higher self. Yesterday, I was going to meet Mike. It was our 25th anniversary. And I was with a friend. We had done some new moon, Mary Magdalene, journeying together. And I went to call a car to go meet him, and the car was obscenely expensive because there was a street fair happening in the city, a big bondage festival is what it is. It's called the Folsom Street Fair. And so I looked at the bus schedules, and I was trying to catch a bus, but I was feeling stressed out because it was going to take nearly an hour for me to ride the bus to where I was meeting him. And in my stress, I accidentally got on the bus going the wrong direction. I realized it almost instantly. And after a couple of stops, asked the bus driver, "This is not the bus going to this direction, right?" And he said, "Of course, no, it's not, you're right." And I got off the bus and I said, "Where do I catch the one going the right way?" And he told me. Because I was on a one-way street. I had to go to the next street. And I could feel all of this stress and anxiety in my being. That I'm making him wait. It's our 25th anniversary. This is horrible. I'm so horrible. I could just hear all of these stress hormones talking in my being. And as I was walking through the very, very crowded streets of Union Square, trying to get to the next bus stop, knowing that it was 20 minutes until that bus was coming, I could feel all of the, oh, I shouldn't have gone and done this new moon, and all of the stress hormones telling me all of the stories. And I stopped myself. I literally stopped walking for a moment. And I took a couple of breaths and I said, "Oh, please help me. I am feeling overwhelmed right now. Help me to find my center again and feel calm and to remember that this is exactly how it's supposed to happen, and that I will arrive at the exact moment that I am meant to arrive, and that Mike is not stressing out at all. He has his book and he's very content." And after I allowed that and I opened up to receive the help from the angels and from the universe. From the universe is what I was opening up to receive help from. I began to cross the street over to the bus stop, and just as I was crossing the street, I noticed on the other side of the street, pulling up to the stoplight, coming in my direction, a cab. And as the light turned green, I put my hand out, and this green cab pulled over and stopped and got me there in about 15 minutes for about a quarter of the cost that the other cars I had been looking for would have gotten me there. And the driver was an amazingly wonderful soul, and we shared light the whole drive. I suppose this story is coming in as a reminder that we have help all around us all the time. You usually forget to ask. You usually forget to ask for it. But when we do, that answer comes quick. I think there's 2 cards coming here. I think there's one sitting here with the sensitivity and the Empress. And just to speak really quickly to this hawk sitting amongst the flowers and the tall grasses, the Empress with the sensitivity, with the creative ability, and a reminder of how sensitive the eyes and the ears of the hawk are. How much the creative ability is fueled by this sensitivity. Sometimes we can get really overwhelmed simply because of the amount of sensitivity that we have. And there's a way that you're being asked to remember that it is a gift and it is part of how you create in the world. I'm going to have to find a different way to do that with these cards because it's not a very big pack. Let's see. Let's see if it's true. Unless we use it more and more. There we go. Haha, what was that about creative abilities? We get the Leo. And the transcendence. Oh my goodness, I almost feel like we don't need to say any words. The creative fire that is the entire cosmos exists also within your heart. It is not a meditation up and out of being, but instead bringing the remembrance of this back into your being. Lighting the medicine within you through remembrance of your true way of being, your true self. That this is also you. The creative potential of the Big Bang exists within the tiniest cell in your being. That could be a really wonderful meditation. I'm not going to lead us through it guided here, but perhaps you can find a way to meditate into the tiniest speck, the neutron within each cell of your being, and how the creative potential of the Big Bang exists within that tiny dot of light. That is how much creative potential you have within your being. Because how many cells are in your being? How many neutrons? How many neutrinos? And each one of them is as powerful as the Big Bang. Oh, thank you for sharing your medicine. Thank you for sharing your light. Thank you for you, for all of you. And so much love to you.